What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. If this is your first time coming across this channel, my name is twinklecooks. I'm a YouTuber based in Ontario, Canada. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. Today's video, we're going to be doing a chit chat on a very interesting topic. I'm sure you know by the title already. We're going to be talking about abuse in marriages or relationships. There's no other person to talk about this topic with other than my friend Nabaka. She's just the perfect person to talk about this topic, okay? And you guys love her, and I thought I should bring her back again so that we can, tear this topic and just give our opinion and talk about it. So without wasting much of your time, let's get right into this video. Welcome back, guys. So first of all, I want to say that our guest, she's looking so beautiful today. And we are twinning. We're wearing the same hair. So let's go into the main topic of the day: abuse. We can't talk about this topic enough. So what is abuse? Abuse is treating someone with cruelty or violence, and it's the order of the day. Everyone on social media, we see the cases every day. Abuse can go both ways. Men suffer abuse in relationships. Women also suffer abuse. But when they talk about abuse, we only picture the women, okay? Because it's as if men, their own is not popular.
Exactly.
But they still go through it.
It's just that it's not really, no man wants to be on record that,
the wife is abusing or the girlfriend is
that kind of a thing, but it do happen.
God, but it happens.
Yeah.
So why do you think people actually remain in an abusive relationship?
Well, I think it depends on the individual. Maybe money, they will beat you and they will buy Ferrari. Is it Bugatti? Which one do you call it? Bugatti. They will beat you and they will buy you Bugatti. Or the latest range, And you hear some women say, it's better they cry in Bugatti.
It's true.
You understand? So, I mean, maybe the money, then most times what people will think or what people will say, maybe their status.
The status. I think the major thing is society.
Then the society, the stigmatization. Yeah. And you have status, maybe the position in the church.
Yeah.
In society generally,
most times when someone, I think there's this stigma being married and all of a sudden you're back to single, and there's this thing when they hear single parents, there's this way they see you as, I don't know, somehow they see you as someone wayward. You couldn't even keep your marriage.
Is it not better that you answer a single parent than being dead? So I think for me, I see it from the angle of what you hold so dear more than your life.
Till death do us part.
And that's not what God wants.
That's the mistake. Till death do us part.
In good. I don't know who even fabricated till death do you part. Okay, it's in the Bible, right? But then God does not mean that you have to die in marriage.
Of course.
That death he was talking about is natural, natural death, old age, not your spouse. If it's to be your spouse, that means they will say, till murder do you part.
Of course.
But I mean, God didn't put it that way, right?
Yeah.
So that means God does not like and does not support violence. I don't care what anybody says. God does not, because that's the narrative people are trying to push, making it look as if God said you should stay there and die. That's not the God I know. That's not the Father.
And I also think the church should make it easier for people.
Exactly.
Because they don't make it easy for people.
Some churches, because I know that some churches, exactly.
Yeah.
Some churches, don't. I mean, some churches have.
I don't know.
Well, it's not few number. Anglicans do. You understand, but it's rare. But they do that. You understand. But what I know is that there are a few Pentecostals that even have room, like they have this group for single
war room.
Not that one. They have this this group for single parents. You understand? Okay. They integrate them back into the church, right? I mean, it's my Father's house, and no one has any right to tell me not to worship. And for the records, spiritual migration is always allowed. So I don't understand why my church said this, my pastor. If you feel that the message they're preaching, it's against your belief in God. Because actually, I don't believe that God wants me to die in a marriage. If the day my pastor will start preaching that nonsense, I'll change. It's allowed. That's a free will. Listen, when God was speaking to the children of Israelite, remember God married the children of Israelite. Hope you know. He said, I bring you this day. Choose death and life. Choose life. When God said choose life, God could have said, I've chosen life for you.
Yeah.
But he wants it to come from you. So that means you're responsible for your decisions. So I hear when people blame the church, well, partly. But like I said, isn't that why we have Bible?
A lot of people interpret the Bible the way they want.
Well, God said I should not die. And what we don't even understand with all these relationships.
And declare the works of the Lord in the land of the living.
Exactly. And the same Bible said wisdom is profitable to direct. When a man or a woman slaps you the first day, make noise about it.
Make noise about it. And sometimes I used to wonder, we see that people don't court anymore, because you can't tell me that before you married that man you didn't see a trait.
There's always red flags, especially those ones that are very hot tempered, as in they can use anything to hit you. There are people like that. They can use anything, no matter how dangerous that thing can be, they can use it. And you see women, funny enough, some women enable this, or men enable this attitude. They will talk down at you. They don't see anything good in you. You understand? I once had a neighbor, you understand, and then she would come to my house, and then she would explain, and I would talk to her like, why don't you even take a stand? What do you want actually? You understand? Then I noticed later on, the way like she started avoiding me.
Okay.
The man started looking at me like wife deceiver or something, that kind of a thing. And I was laughing because I know that it would just be a matter of time. It will boomerang on their faces. And it wasn't, after we'd all, left the place, we've, gone to different places and all that. I once heard that there was a time she packed out of the house.
Oh.
And I said she will still pack out again if she goes back. You understand? Because there are things you shouldn't enable. I believe once separation, right? You can always pray, and then she'll now be praying. I was like, yeah, I'll just be pitying the girl every day.
Do men also pray?
I don't know now. Every day she not be doing.
It's only women.
See, not all these women that are doing shape. Most times it's all this prayer, too much of prayer and fasting because they're praying for their husband. God. I believe in.
When we spend time to pray for our husbands, if you spend time to pray for
my honest, like if you invest your energy in that prayers on yourself, that man will be the man will be licking. The man will be adoring you.
Of course.
You understand? But because we've placed so much emphasis on, stand up. And funny enough, do you know that when you hear, pray for your husband, that's when the tempo will rise. This, that. I'll be like, I know they pray that kind of prayer. See, I pray the normal prayer like, oh God, you bless my husband. I don't pray, let my husband love me. Are you okay? What kind of prayer is that? And the man will now be fasting. The man will now be in a lounge or in a club and fasting. That's the man. And it takes two.
Yeah, of course.
To tangle. That's what people don't even know. You can't do it alone, because the truth, what people do, and then they make, my own is, seeing it from the God angle.
Yeah. Because
we make it look as if God does not answer prayers. It takes two to work.
Of course.
So if you're just praying, and who told you? Maybe that answer is even near you. Maybe God is saying, just take a walk. You might not divorce him, but that first movement will shake the man.
Of course.
He will start seeking for help.
I know that.
Okay, what do we do? Exactly. But because you say, hey, I'll go. Tomorrow is still there. They will still beat you. I will go. Till finally they'll cripple your leg.
They will beat you and you won't wake up from that.
That's a thing. And dead men tell no tales.
No.
See, when you die, who is there to tell the story?
Nobody. You are the only one that knows.
It's the
true
man's
story.
narrative that will now believe. We will choose to, because that's the evidence. You're dead, so he can't even testify.
Of course.
You understand?
And one thing that talking about this red flags now, if you're in a relationship, you guys are the guy should raise his hand and beat you, or even just do anything. There is 100% possibility that
He will beat you in marriage
when you guys marry.
You
But
know.
the women will believe that
He will change. Yeah, actually, I remember.
Change.
Yes, and
You will
see
change.
some of these ladies that will still advise their fellow woman. He will change, because no, funny enough,
Honestly,
I can remember one.
That belief that he will change.
I can remember one of my exes, and when we're calling it quits, and then one of my friends actually, so you mean you want to throw what you guys shared?
What did you
just
share?
wait now, because of this, argument, because the guy literally wanted to raise his hands. But unfortunately for him, no, my father has not even slapped me for
you.
1 day. So that reflex, it was a reflex. Before his own could even land on the air, I've given him 2. I don't know how it happened. I cannot explain. But I know, wham, wham, the guy shook. You don't understand. The guy, in fact, the girl that went with me was like, Namaka, you. Yes.
She ran away.
I said, how dare she ran for her life? I said,
my
how
God.
dare you? You understand? And when finally I know that, no way, no.
It can't work.
And when I eventually took the step, a girl, a woman, a lady like me was discouraging me. So, but that's why I'm saying you're responsible for yourself.
Some they beat and then they beat you like this and they still tell you they love you.
That's one is even the mumu one.
Yeah.
That's the one I don't
so
like.
they're using physical one and also emotional one, blackmail.
Exactly. Oh, if you leave me, I'll die. You better die, you.
Better die.
you better die.
We have emotional abuse. We have
physical, but you know that emotional is more dangerous.
It's more dangerous. Like,
do you know why?
People neglect emotional abuse, so they only scream when it comes to.
Do you know that statistics have it that some of the women in all those psychiatric is marriage related, relationship related, but because we don't pay attention, I know the next thing they say is one demon that possessed her, and then they will take her to one prayer house, and that will be it. Then the man will now go and look for. And what we don't know is that the man will now go and look for another young girl. Probably might correct his mistakes, the mistakes he made with the other one. It might. There's every tendency, or the cycle continues. That's what we don't know. So I keep saying it. Love yourself enough
to take a bold step.
Love yourself. And you see, empower yourself. I know somebody, it's easier to tell a woman to leave. But then when the woman looks at, where do I even go to?
Where do I go?
No money, my kids, and all that. Okay.
How will people even accept her back? If she has a group of friends,
she shouldn't even
her back,
at that moment. That is a matter of life. Trust me. The list of your concern should be your friends. What they will say about you.
That women are
now they're becoming aware. And please, mothers, when your child is being given away in marriage, please, or whatever, don't tell her. You see your room. There's no room. Actually, when I got married to my husband. So I think that night we went to his house, and then one of them said, my mother is now your mother. Your mother, your brother's wives is now. I said, no. I said, don't say that thing again. They were all looking at me like, what's wrong with this girl? I knew it didn't go down well with them, but I had to take a stand immediately. See what you can't have, because these are the small things, and our abuse will start entering. You are looking for that emotional abuse from the in-laws. You are looking for, because these are things that give way. I corrected her immediately. I said, excuse me, my mother still remains my mother. This one is an additional. They looked at themselves, not like that night. They all kept quiet. But I mean, fathers, you see, we're raising confident children, both male and female. Growing up, people thought I was arrogant. No. My father imbibed that culture of confidence. I could say no to anybody and I don't care. You understand? That's my father. And because he has always, my father tells me, One, you beautiful. I like this, your dress. What about the other one? Like he keeps records. So, and I could talk to him. And because I know that my father loves me too much, me, I have to love myself. It has to come from you loving yourself. And the thing is, you don't even know what that death does to your family, to especially your ones, if you're coming from a very, knitted, closely knitted family. You don't want to know. So just before, and somebody will say, it's only women that don't have money. They beat women that also have career and money.
Of course, they beat them and they smile.
And that's where self-esteem comes to play. Because a woman can have money, but doesn't have that self-confidence. You understand? She doesn't have that self-esteem. And that's why they could still beat her. She'll pretend that nothing is going on, right? Because doesn't have that confidence or the courage to say stop or escalate it. Because one thing I know with abuse, if you cover it, it's bound to happen. But if you escalate it that day, it happened. If he likes, let him be saying I'm sorry. Shout. If you need to call meeting, call meeting. If you need to scream, scream. That fear, the man will start avoiding you. But if you like, you see, it's, and it's all this Christian brothers, in quotes, because for me, they're not Christian brothers. They're the ones that like to use that third party thing. What God has joined together, no man should put us under. Don't allow, when we mean third party, not unreasonable third parties. We encourage reasonable third party you can always report issues to. And for me as a woman, if you feel that that issue wasn't resolved in the way that could bring you justice, demand for more.
Yeah, of course.
Demand for more. Why devalue yourself? I just want to know. No, tell me, why do you devalue yourself? You are afraid that when you walk out, you will not get another man. See, man or no man, God called you alone. He has given you purpose. Find it and live your purpose. Man, marriage is an additional thing.
Of course. A lot of people, it's just like it depends. Some cultures, if you're a woman, for you to be a complete woman, you need to be married.
I know. But
even in the culture that both of us were in, you need to be, like, there's this high value, how they place marriage, so whoever is married, you don't want to lose that value.
Well, let me be sincere. And that's where the immediate family steps in. Let's assume that era is fading away.
It's fading away, right?
Now, the onus now lies on us to make sure that the mistakes some people made in the past never repeat itself again. Like, sincerely, my mother never pressured me. I got married at 20, Should be 7 or thereabout. She never for one day. You understand? Like, funny enough, my mother told me that she knew that left for me, I wasn't ready to get married. Because I don't need a man to be complete. I have a beautiful parents, lovely siblings. I mean, they've always taught me that confidence. So I feel that marriage should be additional. So my life has always been complete. The earlier we understand it, some of this nonsense will reduce.
Of course.
And please don't fold your hands, because women, my husband doesn't want me to work. He just wants me to take care of the house. Fine. If you're taking care of the house, both of you should have a written agreement.
That's when
every month.
They abuse you, you don't have any
Exactly.
Because you don't even have any money.
They're paying you salary. And the truth is, as they're paying you, be saving for that rainy day. Because that rainy day, it might come, it may not come. Whatever it is, don't just squander everything. Be saving it. The man has to be paying you monthly. If you're staying back, but who still stays back anyway? No. But let's even assume that there are situations.
That's how you people decided, right?
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with,
some people just want
if your husband is super wealthy, I mean, baby girl. You don't need to. But while you're doing that, baby girl, let your mind be there.
Oh my God.
Have an agreement every month and have a date every 28th. I need to have my alert.
Of course.
You take away your own
husband
and do the house your own.
There's this confidence also in working for your own.
But working for your own is sweet, I tell you. There's this confidence. You understand? Let me tell you the truth.
It's not everybody that can.
Let me even tell you. When I was working in Nigeria, and when I stopped working, you could see the difference. Right? You could see the difference. In fact, that was when I know that this life is not for me. You saw this, give me.
Give me.
That was when I knew that I'm not in the mood for that nonsense. I want to have my own. I want to be able to control my own resources.
Of course.
You understand? It gives you the respect. Well, somebody would argue they still beat people that have money. It's true. But it's true now. They still people, but that is where your self-esteem, loving yourself too much to take a bow. Move. If the guy is ready, let him go for therapy. Let him do the right thing. Let him know that, oh, this woman won't take this nonsense anymore. And if he doesn't, good riddance. Do you see? Let me tell you what you don't know. He said, Jesus said he's going to his father. They're preparing a place. They've not finished too. So why are you in a haste to go? You're not going to be carrying bricks. See, God needs you more here than heaven. Don't worry, all of us will be rapturable. But now, he wants you to live in abundance. We've lost enough women in this madness. And men in hypertension. Because let's not push it, women. Men also get abused.
Give me examples of how you think men
I know somebody, the wife, they batter them. So, no, I'm serious. So one day, one day he summoned up the courage. I knew, but I didn't want to be the first person to speak. I needed it to come from him. You understand? And you're like, I see, you said me, I just think that so like this and everything.
Is the wife bigger than
Okay, the woman is, but even at that, I mean, you know why? When long throat too causes that nonsense. Because when I started asking him questions, there were red flags before marriage.
When they were dating.
But because he wanted American green card.
Oh, okay.
You understand? The woman, they slap him. And the guy wasn't even smart enough to be taken.
Not in Nigeria.
Not in Nigeria. And I know one in Nigeria too.
Oh.
You understand? When I decided to find out, like, okay, so can you just give me a brief background, your relationship and everything? The signs had always been there. But because of, I want to go abroad.
He wanted the green card.
He was tolerating all those nonsense. And finally, the thing now blossomed into beating. I mean, it's not just beating him, emotional and physical abuse. That this guy, fine guy, but he was now behaving like one. Because that's what I'm telling you, that emotional abuse is worse. This guy, like, he saw himself as someone that has no value. He can't even speak louder. Because he might think that when I now started asking, like, sometimes I think you are my wife. Like, so he has to talk with that reverence.
Whoa.
Ha! That was it. It's slavery. I said, because you want paper. Okay, now you have the paper, but you can't even leave. Because you know how the system there works. And he wasn't that smart to say, okay, any of the day she will beat me, let me take a picture and then report to the police. The guy will take a picture. In fact, he was married to a narcissist, because a narcissist could be a man or a woman. The lady will now use style. Oh, you were even recording me. Oh yeah, now sorry. She will use style and delete
it.
As in that Jesus, like, she knew what she was doing. But the guy was so, will I say naive, or she had beaten him into submission, that it took therapy for this guy to man up. You understand?
I hope he ended well.
Of course, finally he left the marriage. He was one of those, I don't want separated home. Okay. I don't want, I said, okay, have you done your will? Please, as you're putting will, put your parents, because they will need that money. Yes, since you want to die, let me tell you, just draw your will. Let me tell you RIP in advance. Okay. But we're glad he walked out, and trust me, he's doing well.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
So what are the dangers of being in an abusive relationship?
I can't even imagine. And especially when kids are involved.
When you're raising
what
children,
people don't know is that, do you know it's better for you to take your kids out of that toxic environment. It's better that they even let them even grow without that man around.
Look at
they will be fine, because all this
one that happened. Though I don't want to call anybody's name, but the recent one that happened.
See, let me be sincere with you. I find it hard to believe that, because I can't believe that that's to show you that the man is sick. You understand? For me, I just don't want to believe that it's even possible. It's a cycle.
Yeah.
But then people want to argue, children raised by a single mother, it doesn't turn. It's a lie from the pit of hell. You don't understand. It's better you take them out of that situation. And let me tell you, the ones that repeat that cycle are the ones that saw their father batter their mother.
I think it's normal.
And the women that take it, some, not all, because some will like, this nonsense can't happen to me. Most of them end up being the one to abuse people. Because that fear, when they now grow, that fear that my mother allowed this, I won't allow it. So they're always ready to fight. Then some of the other ones, because they're seeking for love, because they want to leave that environment, they run into another toxic relationship where the man makes them feel, oh, I love you. And then the cycle, that they are the ones they beat and buy gifts for. Because to them, they feel that is love.
Yeah.
You understand? And then I've heard women say that sometimes a little violence, a beating is good. It makes the love sweeter. Most of them are sick. No, anybody that tells you that,
oh my God,
just know that person
is a psychological.
Just know the person
disorder,
is no,
honestly.
exactly.
Because a lot of people enjoy it when they beat them and
it's crazy.
Them, right?
See,
it's also a disorder.
Just understand us. We're not trying to say that there's a perfect marriage.
No.
I mean, husband and wives can argue, but not to the extent of raising hands. At the argument I usually have, I said, if your boss talks to you somehow at the office, if the boss is a woman, do you slap?
No, you hold yourself.
Same with a woman.
Of course.
You understand?
You
Yes, you come home and rant, right?
Why will you now come home and then?
So why you don't beat someone's child? Because it's even she's your wife does not make her orphan.
Of course.
She came from a home, and that must be respected. That must be respected. So people really should be careful, because if you die, that's what people don't know. Life continues.
Of course.
And trust me, no matter how sad that death is, we'll still eat jollof rice.
There must still be entertainment.
Is it our culture again? They must eat.
Yeah.
So you see why, and then the children. Why will you allow another woman raise up your kids? Because of your stupidity. Know when to work. Don't worry, the kids will be fine too. And people are like, oh, I'm doing it for the kids. It's a lie. Both of us know you're not doing it for the kids, because the man is buying you car. The man is giving you gifts.
Some people, they don't buy them car.
That's even the worst, Seth.
They don't.
They will still beat you on top of it, and you still be the breadwinner of the house. Okay, God has even Kukuma given you the power now. Use it wisely. No, you carry the power God has given you and surrender totally. And God Himself is saying, even surrender your own. You refuse to surrender to God, though, but you surrendered to a fellow man. I mean, what I'm saying is this: one more, emebuna one mado, one mado, emebuna one more. Nobody should abuse each other. We should learn to respect. Know when to. I teach my children anger management. Mm-hmm. And, of course, they teach it in school too. Mm-hmm. Know when to walk out from that situation. If you feel it's getting escalated and your body is already shaking, just leave. Because the next thing is wham! And then someone will say it's because a woman's mouth is running. If they let her mouth run, you don't have any right to raise. I keep saying it. No, you don't. Both ways.
They do say that sometimes women. I've seen a lot of comments on this.
These are preachers. All those.
People say that women are the cause because they run their mouth.
I keep saying it. If you cannot beat your boss. We all know that we have that devilish bosses. Mm-hmm. I mean, they can really boss you and you won't do anything about it. If you can't tolerate them, you can tolerate your wife. Now, I know that blah, 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 blah is part of the abuse. Mm-hmm. You understand? What we're trying to say is we should learn to respect. We should know when to draw boundaries, know when to draw line, know when to walk away from that heated argument or from that tension. Mm-hmm. Because that one slap might be the one that will send the person to meet the creator before his or her time. And then you become a murderer. But I keep saying, any potential abuser, any abuser is a potential murderer.
Of course.
That's what people don't know. If he beats you today and says sorry, beats you tomorrow, it's a matter of time before he kills you. And then, if you're not lucky, if your head is not as strong as some people that will cause opera, they say that you had cancer and you died.
Okay, so now when do you think is the right time for a woman to leave? Most times, okay, when is the right time for a man or a woman to leave? Because most times
when you begin to fear your spouse.
Yeah.
That as soon as he comes home, you're always on edge. You can't even go out. God. You can't even go out with him because he even insults you. He berates you in front of people. He doesn't even send that you guys are outside. And if you've talked and he doesn't want to listen, my sister in the Lord, though. See, I'm not the woman to tell you stay there and pray. I can remember one time, let me tell you. So, one of my pastor friends, he wanted to give me prayer. I had to clear her immediately. I said, ma, please, if that prayer and fasting is for husband, I know they do. She just started laughing. She said, no. I said, good. I don't pray that kind of prayer. I love myself too much that I won't allow any human being God has created take me for granted. I have options. Why do you think God gave you beautiful legs? The ones that are walking. Take a leave. You have parents. You have friends. You have maybe uncles. Okay, let's even assume, because there are other things too. Let me say it. Okay, so let's assume that the man abuses you emotionally. And you know that telling people, some men are, they live double life, right? So even when you tell people the man abuses me, they will not believe because he's so cute outside. I mean, he's so nice. I mean, and he might even be talking to you sweetly, outside, that kind of a thing. Okay, it's time for you to drop a strategy. Because enough of, we must, for the ones that are not working, draw out a strategy. How to raise funds yourself.
Yeah.
I know people will tell me, why are you encouraging them? No, it's necessary, right? You should be able to plan ahead. Let's assume that, okay, he doesn't beat you, but he emotionally abuses you, right?
Yeah.
What do you do? So when he emotionally abuses you, and let's say he will abuse you and will now give you 2 million or 3 million, the ones that are wealthy, that is time for you to start saving. You are saving for what? Plan.
Yeah, plan.
And now that's how to live with someone that is emotionally abusive. Remove the person from your heart. Start seeing the person as your flatmate. When your flatmate is doing something, it doesn't really get to you. You understand? Deep down, some will say it's hard. Do it for yourself. Of course, everything is hard in life. But you owe it to yourself. You have to be intentional. When he's giving you that money, that gift, be saving it. And then the guy will be fooling himself, thinking that he's still on track, binding you emotionally. You're already making your exit plan. Till the day you won't have it anymore. He will come home, he will meet his wife and children. And then let him now go and be explaining to people. Because as at that time, you're already financially empowered.
Yeah.
You already have something doing. The only thing that will happen to you is that you won't live that ostentatious lifestyle that's, flamboyant. But it doesn't matter. Your friends might even make you to be an outcast. It's fine. It's just a matter of time. See, success has so many relations, family. It's only poverty that is an orphan. Hope you know. Poverty is an orphan. But imagine you being single, successful. That tag, will not even be there anymore. Yeah. People deals with your worth. They deal with your worth. They deal with your content. If only women know how powerful, how blessed they are, that whatever they put their mind to do, they're usually successful. But it's when you don't even kukuma know your value. And when someone is even trying to tell you, say that she's just being jealous, just because she's not married. And some women prefer to be married.
Oh my God.
You understand? Let me answer that, Mrs. And someone is telling you, no, this is wrong. This is toxic. You say, no, you're jealous because you're not married. No man has made you his own. They're just trying to help you till it happens. And then you now be running helter-skelter. If you know, now for singles, let's not even go in. This is a time for you. If you know a man is abusing you, both emotionally, physically, leave the man. When you invest in yourself and you have good character, you will still, as in, you'll be the one to choose. And trust me, or the call the oba. That's what people don't know. There are 78 chances that or they call the oba or they call the 11. You attract what you represent. That's what people don't know. So invest in yourself, both man and woman. See, men, it's not an ego thing for you to die out of hypertension of what your wife is doing to you. Don't say, I'm keeping my honor as a man. I'm keeping my ego. Don't do that. To your father, to your mother, probably they're still alive. Don't die before them. Yeah. If your wife is abusing you, both physically, I know some people want to argue, but it happened, and emotionally, please now, for the sake of these children, don't allow the cycle to be repeated. Break the pattern and leave. Just don't worry about people telling you God hates divorce. For me, I don't want to put mouth in that thing. Don't worry about those people.
It's a broad topic.
I know it's not even something we can talk, because if I start that argument, I could remember a friend that came up with that argument. I was just laughing. I said, don't worry. The day you be in that situation, bring up that topic, we'll talk again. He said, no, God forbid, God forbid. I said, why are you God forbidding again? Because it's easier when it's not your problem. Yeah. It's easy for you to start quoting flying Bibles, quoting, till it happens to you. Yes, God hates divorce. But at the same time, that my father wants you to be alive. So which one do you think you will choose? Choose one.
Life, of course.
And then he has even said, do you know the papers of marriage? Because people don't know. The papers of marriage is for you to raise in godly seeds. Now imagine when those children's psyche are being bastardized by that demon. Are you now raising those godly seeds? Are you even fulfilling that God you're saying God hates, God hates? Are you now fulfilling his mandate here on earth? So you see why I keep telling people, have this personal relationship with God that nobody can confuse you. If you're confused about something, go to him in prayers. He gives you clarifications. I've seen a lot of women of God that remarried, and God is still using them. Even the ones that didn't remarry, God is still using them. See, the very first day they try to raise their hands, that's the day you will escalate it. I could remember when I got married newly, and there's a lot of drama, and I felt that I couldn't cope. I wanted to go home. And then I called my elder brother. My brother said, okay, so what's the problem? The first thing he asked me, did Uchenna beat you? I said, no. He said, is he emotionally abusing you? I said, no, but on the second, I said, why are you asking? He said, so that we'll pay him a visit. That was what my brother told me. Meaning, he has my back. You understand? And that's what family should be about. My brother will always tell me, just do what you're supposed to do. But if you feel he's crossing his boundary, please don't hesitate to let me know so that I'll remind him that you're from a home. So you see why family is important. I'm happy that we are not that traditional family. I'm sorry, but I love it. You understand? Because we are not those ones bound by rules. I could remember when my sister died, right? With all the controversies. Those people, some of these church people, some of them will not make heaven, let me tell you. Because they're the ones that will come to twist the word of God and be heaping it on you without even knowing that you're hurting. Excuse me. We were hurting, and then this guy came to tell us that, they married your sister, la 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 la. And my elder brother, I call him my lion. He stood up. Because I told you, we were raised with respect. We were raised to speak up. You understand? And I'm teaching my children the same. My brother raised his hand. And that one has this innocent face that you even suspect anything. He said, let's hear you. He asked the pastor, have you ever lost your daughter? The guy said, God forbid. He said, no, don't worry about the God forbid. It's just a question. So all the elders they came with said, okay. Now, can you answer? Have any of you lost your daughter? they were looking at them, say, please, can someone answer? They say, no, God forbid, no. He said, no, just keep God forbid, just answer. It's just, an open question. They said, no. Then said, none of you is qualified to mediate in this matter. My brother told my dad, Daddy, get up, let's go. And he left. That's family. Because the sooner we rise above this religion, the better for everybody. What happened? We still buried our sister. Did heaven fall? God is still... In fact, that's even when our prayer started going high. Because people don't know. God is a God of justice. So that's what people don't know about God. So, yes, I say, family, as your daughter is leaving, please don't tell that child, don't come back home. Yeah. Your room is no longer available. No. In as much as we're not encouraging... Nagide. They say, there's a word they say, hey, marriage is ngugu. Is what you open, whatever you see. Oh, no, Maje, it's not me and you. If I see evil in it, I throw it away. I'll run for my dear life.
One thing we forgot to also mention is that some of these abusers, they isolate you from your loved ones.
Yes.
You don't have access
that's the first thing
that care about you.
That one will just say, that your younger sister. Look at the way she's eyeing me. I don't want to see her in my house. It's a lie.
That's a lie.
He knows what he's doing. You see that your friend, because they know that, is that your friend that is tier A?
Yeah.
That will spot something in there and say, hey. In fact, it might even be that your friend that will go and call your family and they will do intervention for you. Right? So like that one, the man will now be concurring one message and trying to lead the girl on and be like, I told you, your friend wants me, cut her off.
So they take you away from your loved ones.
I could remember.
Those that can actually fight for you.
When my late sister, after the marriage, we noticed, my younger brother called me that, I noticed something. You see, that's why it's good to raise your kids. Let them love each other. God, we love ourselves for that house. Seriously, at some point, I feel that I shouldn't get married because I want to be with my siblings. I'm telling you. That's to show you how we love ourselves, right? So my younger brother, I noticed that anytime I call fit, she's not giving me mono, this yes, no. Are you sure? I said, okay, I'll find out. I now told my brother, maybe it's marriage. She said, you are you not married? But me, I can gist for hours with you. I said, no use me judge anybody because me say, don't say my own head they touch like this hair. He said, okay. So I said, okay, let me call her. I now called. I said, Annie, what's going on? Because she was very close to my younger brother. He said, I said, no, what's going on? Your brother, they complain, what's going on? I know you're married, but please now, make her time for him now. He's your brother, She was just, and I noticed it. Okay. That was when I said, what's that? What's going on? I didn't know because the husband was at the side. And then he will make her put the phone on loudspeaker. Oh. You understand? Be like, I said, I hope your husband, as if I knew, I hope he wasn't trying to isolate you from your siblings. Don't allow it. Actually, that was what he was trying to do. I'm not ready to tell that story. The day I'm ready to tell you that story, and I'll call the guy because it happened. And just get ready for me. All those people that were in that buhaha, both those ones that decided to stand by the fence and watch us, they watch us fight. You don't understand. People that could have said, this is wrong. No, don't do that. No. But because of their funny tradition, they all decide, we are chief. And some women too were calling me. You know what that means? If we bury corpse, anger will go, or tension will go. And I said, not for me. We demand justice. And justice we must get. And I know somebody would say, the person don't die. He don't die. But let me tell you, justice brings healing. That's what people don't know about justice. After we won the battle, because the truth is I was scared that my parents wouldn't recover, right? Because when someone, the darling of the house, right? A farmer's very intelligent, it's so exceptional human being, and then boom, you understand? I was scared, but trust me, the day we got that justice, it was as if my mom started becoming alive again. She started eating, you know, she started talking. But that wasn't the case few months back. So yes, justice brings healing. It brings peace. Yes, they will say, hey, but the person don't die, he don't die. But we that's alive, of course, we need to be healthy. You understand?
Yeah.
So please, if you need to speak up. I'm glad now that a lot of platforms are showing, I don't even know they have intervention houses. A lot of NGOs now are saying, if you're being, and I hope they follow you through, not just for paparazzi's sake. I hope that when someone comes to you,
really
I hope now, because any woman that dies now, seriously, I don't think I'll bother.
And I also like the fact that women are beginning
Exactly,
to
because this noise that they've made should count for any woman out there going through such, you know, situation. Speak up now. Speak up. Okay, if you don't want to speak up, leave.
All right,
God
guys,
bless
we're going to continue this in the comment section. Like I said, let's hear what you have to say in the comment section.
Let's know your thoughts.
Let's hear your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section, and we'll really appreciate that. I'm sure you'll be there also in the comment section.
Yeah, definitely I will. Please don't crucify us.
A lot of people are requesting that you start a YouTube channel, you know.
See, it's just that energy with these 3 children. They want to drive my life.
But don't worry, I will make it possible for you very soon.
I know you.
We'll definitely work something around it, honestly, because I really want you to have one.
We are planning on having a live and again on the clubhouse.
Yeah.
But this one, if you want to join, you can join. That should be the last Saturday of April.
Yeah.
If you want to join, you can join.
I'll also leave Namaka's social media handle.
Yeah,
in the description box.
You can join us because we want to talk. We want to start talking to women.
Yeah.
You know, want to start talking. What do you find difficult? Challenges? How do we, you know, walk you through? I mean, I'm not perfect, but the truth is I can always point you out to people that will give you the answers you need.
Yeah. I'll leave her handle. I'll leave it in the description box. I'll also leave it on the screen. You can follow her on social media. She's nice like that. Forget that she's doing G. She's a darling.
Yeah, I'm
she's a darling. She's my darling.
I know.
Okay, right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this. We appreciate you. Okay.
Thank you.
We appreciate. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It really helps. Give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed. And if you have any topic you want us to discuss, okay,
we're serious about that.
Yeah. If you
just
have
anything you're confused about,
of course,
be it academics, anything, just let us know.
We're going to see you next in our video. Bye, guys.